Hey everyone, Saintsfan here, and today what I wanted to talk about is the release date for the Bikers DLC. Now, first off, right off the bat, there's nothing been confirmed or official from Rockstar, but I've gotten so many questions, so many comments in my YouTube videos yesterday, so many tweets on Twitter about the release date, so I figured, why don't we take a look at some stuff that Rockstar's done in the past, and maybe figure out when this Bikers DLC could come out, because the one strange thing, and this has never happened because it's like a staple of Rockstar newswires to always say at the end of it, stay tuned for more information about so-and-so. And in the newswire they dropped yesterday, that wasn't there. There was no stay tuned for a trailer. Stay tuned for more information and more screenshots about the Bikers DLC. Some people even joked that maybe this is the end. There is no more. This is it. But I don't think that's going to be the case because GTA is making as much money as, any other thing they've ever done. So they're going to keep riding the train as long as possible. But it's really odd that they haven't, or that they didn't put that in the newswire. They just ended it on how GTA Online weekly events are basically going to still happen. Like that's what they left it on. That's what they left this big hype of an announcement on. Nothing else. It's so weird. Now, before we look back at previous years of GTA Online DLC and how that could maybe give us an idea of when this is coming out, we'll start this year. So, the Finance and Felony DLC came out on June 7th. Then the Cunning Stunts DLC came out on July 12th. So, back-to-back months between those two major DLCs. And then I'm going to count this as its own DLC because they've done so in the past. The Stunt Creator came out on August 2nd, about, a little less than a month after the Stunts update actually came out. So that's 3 back-to-back months with somewhat of a DLC. And that's why a lot of people thought that in September we would get this Bikers DLC because we'd have 4 back-to-back months. But that's actually not really happened. In the past 3 years that GTA Online has been going, it may feel like they always release a DLC each month, but that's not the case. Usually they skip 1 month or 2 out of the year. But actually going all the way back to 2014, around this time, we had the 2 updates called the San Andreas Flight School update and the Last Team Standing update. Now, as you can see, the Flight School update came out on August 19th, and then the Last Team Standing update came out on October 2nd. And then, side note, the next DLC after that was the Festive Surprise on December 18th, so there was quite a bit of time between all 3 of those DLCs. But if we equate the Flight School update to maybe The Creator coming out in August, and the Last Team Standing update maybe to the Bikers DLC, then you're looking at maybe an early October release date. But the problem lies in 2015, that's when they introduced the Halloween surprise. And it seems like every year they're going to be doing those themed DLCs, whether it's Christmas, Valentine's Day, Halloween, just because I'm sure it's pretty easy to do. And since they are timed, people last year, maybe if they didn't get it, they have the opportunity to get all that stuff this year. So we have to take that into account because that's obviously going to be coming out near the 31st of October. Now, in 2015, the release date, or the DLC schedule, was the Ill-Gotten Gains Part 2 on July 8th. Then we had the Free Mode events on September 15th, so they skipped August entirely for that. And then the Lowriders came out on October 20th, with the Halloween surprise coming out 9 days later on the 29th. Now, this is probably more than likely what's going to end up happening with the Bikers DLC. And I feel like this ties back to the Newswire article and how they didn't say stay tuned for more information because they're probably still working on it. Like, I'm betting that the reason they even put out the Newswire, which they should have put it out a lot earlier, but the reason they put it out was because a lot of people were speculating and a lot of people were either getting upset or just getting restless, I guess, about the fact that there hasn't been a DLC in a month or 2. And they haven't given us any information about the next DLC. So I feel like they just put out, especially the fact that it only had 2 screenshots, I feel like they just did that to make the community calm down a little bit. And I feel like they're not fixing everything that they want to do just yet. Now, the problem going back to the 2015 DLC is that you can see the free mode events came basically a month before the lowriders in October. Now, since we're not having a DLC in September, a later October release date might not be something that Rockstar is looking for. Now, this year, Halloween actually is on a Monday. So what I could see happening is the 28th, which is a Friday. That's when they release the Halloween DLC, and it extends for maybe a week or two, however they did it last year. So if that comes out on the 28th, I don't see them releasing the Bikers DLC just a week earlier, because then the hype's only there for a week, and then it's like, oh, on to the next DLC. I feel like, especially it seems with the amount of time and work and effort they're putting into this Bikers DLC, they want a lot of people to enjoy it, and they want it to last longer than, most of these other DLCs they release. So if we just kind of take the middle ground between October 2nd, which was the DLC that was released in 2014, and then October 20th, the DLC that was released in 2015, the 11th of October is a Tuesday, and that's kind of in the middle, and I feel like that's a perfect time for this update to be announced or to be released, because it gives them a few more weeks to refine it, to make sure everything's good to go. It also gives them time to, if they want, release a trailer a few days before it, and it has some breathing room because you'll have like 2-ish weeks until the Halloween DLC. Now, this could all just be made up because, like I said, we're just speculating at this point, but I feel like that's probably the best date you're going to get. I mean, this could all be just made up because at the end of the day, we are speculating. I mean, people thought it was going to come out today, the 20th, but that's obviously not happening. Hey, we got the announcement yesterday, so that's close enough, I guess, but the 11th is my prediction. You guys in the comment section can let me know what yours is, but thank you all for watching. Drop a like on the video if you did enjoy and found it helpful. Subscribe for more awesome GTA and biker content. I'm going to be having one more video and then plus a live stream later on today, which I think you guys are going to enjoy. So see you then. As always, though, it's your boy Saintsfan. I'm out. Peace.